Hello there, my beautiful Gemini signs. This is Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's video is going to be a traditional Celtic cross spread. I pull usually about 10 cards, but I had a lot of clarifiers come flying out. So there's a bunch of extra cards for you and for me, which is great because then it helps me get a clear message of what's happening. So a lot of you are letting go of love from the past and you're moving out of what love meant to you. Maybe you've been accustomed to situations involving limerence or something along those lines, but I do feel like there's going to be some sort of karmic balance, a karmic shift happening. Definitely, because it's just what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of Libra energy, but there's also a lot of air energy when it comes to your challenge and what's happening. Yeah, definitely a love reading for a lot of you Geminis. Now, you are on a brand new path. You're on a brand new trajectory when it comes to love and your situation. A lot of you might be throwing yourself into your work or your creative ventures. I don't know why I'm feeling guided to pull the oracle cards now, because I usually wait until like after the tarot message, but there's something happening. There's some sort of shift. You're doing things differently, out of order perhaps, and there might be some journey that you're going on very shortly, some sort of pilgrimage, or you're feeling guided to take a trip somewhere because Spirit is saying to step out of your comfort zone and do things that you don't normally do in an order that maybe you don't usually do them in because of all of this kind of just spontaneous energy that I'm getting for you, Gemini. It's very strange. I don't really know why. I'm not sure why I'm being guided right now to pull the oracle cards, but I will. And then I think I'm going to incorporate the oracle in when I do the tarot, which is not traditional for me, but something about breaking out of tradition or set behavioral patterns is going to be important for you. Wow. Okay. Oof, something about time. Time is very significant. When I was listening to your song that I meditate on, it was called Swelling Sea, but there's a part of the lyrics that talk about a pendulum, something about a clock with a pendulum clock swings, and then the moon. Something about the moon is very significant too, because as I'm recording this video, we're going through pretty much a Taurus full moon. So something about a Taurian is significant, but I do feel like whatever you were dealing with probably about 6 months ago in May, there's going to be some closure and completion that's happening because time has shifted things, and that's just kind of how time works. But let's go ahead and dive into your Celtic cross spread. So you have the Fool, Gemini, in your current energy. This is a great card to see because this tells me you're on a new path. This is a new beginning. This is a new chapter in your life. But the challenge here is the Ten of Swords. This is air energy. This is all about your mindset, about moving on from betrayal, from deceitful behavior, deceitful people, and really trying to release and let go. And that can only typically be done through forgiveness. Now, I'm not saying like forgive and forget. I'm saying like forgive yourself for staying in a situation too long, for seeing someone as you wanted them to be instead of who they were. Like that can be the level of forgiveness you need, and that's good enough, you know. It's like time heals all wounds, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get gangrene and then it falls off. So, you know, take that as it resonates. And I'm sure that time card, let's see what it says. It says time has a wonderful way of showing you what really matters. Perfect. So it doesn't heal all wounds necessarily. You know, when we go through pain or trauma, those things typically stick with us until we've really healed them. Or, you know, sometimes we dissociate or we compartmentalize those things and it gets compressed down into our energetic body because we are all energetic beings. And sometimes we can only do that through like somatic healing and releasing trauma, like Reiki or Wim Hof. Those are good methods to use. There's also like EDMR methods of like flame gazing and light therapy and things like that can help basically cause those memories to bubble to the surface. Then we can heal them and get closure. Now, the foundation of your situation here, Gemini, is the Knight of Pentacles. This is a Taurus energy. This is like a slow moving opportunity or offer of something. This could be love, but I feel like for most of you, this is like something was moving too slow, and I think you had a choice to make Because in your past energy, there's something about communication, which is the Eight of Wands, and the King of Swords. So King of Swords, clarifying the Eight of Wands, is like you put up boundaries, or you had an expectation and you decided, that however a person was treating you was either good or it wasn't. And I feel like that's kind of how you're shifting out of a mindset. Because in your present vibe, you have Page of Swords. Page of Swords is usually like an immature offer of love. It can also be like a spying energy of like social media stalking, creeping, stuff like that. The Page of Swords is also like an immature mindset. So maybe somebody lacked emotional maturity and you just couldn't relate. Now, energy is fluid, so take this as it resonates, Gemini. This could be like your energy. Maybe you weren't ready for something because you just got out of a relationship, or vice versa. But I do feel like the energy here shows somebody standing up for their belief systems and their values, and they're walking away from things that don't serve them, or people, or relationships. So, the Page of Swords could also be like you're on the dating apps and it was just like slim pickings. Now, in your subconscious, Gemini, you have the Ten of Wands. This is a card of like baggage, burdens, carrying old wounds from the past, but it's also kind of like you're at the edge of completing all of this. It's just, I feel like the more you stand up for yourself and your belief systems and your values, and the more you move away from like immature energy and make a decision to not accept like low level fruit or low-hanging fruit, then I feel like you're going to boost your confidence, your self-esteem, and you're going to be able to make choices that are based on, want, instead of like feeling the need, like feeling like you need someone. You're going to want someone instead of feeling like you need somebody to feel validation, and you don't need that. Now, what's in your control here? You have the Knight of Swords. That's usually a card of like insomnia, sleepless nights, and it's clarified by the Lovers. So I definitely feel like this has to do with your mindset when it comes to love. Maybe you're like rehashing the past and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? How did I get single again? How did I start all over again? Like, what led me here? And, that's life, and that's standing up for your belief systems and your values. And people either grow together or they grow apart. And sometimes we don't get to take everyone with us on our journey. And sometimes they're only in our lives for however long they need to be until we can learn that lesson and really absorb what it is that we want for ourselves. And usually we have to come at love from a place of self-love, because you can't give anyone out of an empty cup, or if there's a hole in your bucket because you're lacking in self-worth or self-love or value or whatever, you cannot fill up anybody else's cup, because it's only ever going to leave you depleted. Now, how people see you, definitely apathetic when it comes to love. Like, you're not happy with the options. Again, I'm getting a lot of like dating app vibes from this, because it's like, you can swipe left, swipe right all day, but is there actual like substance? Not usually. So call me biased. But in your hopes and fears, you have the Devil energy. Maybe you're afraid that if you do put yourself out there, you're going to be tempted and you're going to make a bad choice or a wrong decision again. And that's just coming from a place of fear and abandonment wounds, probably, and not being ready or fully healed enough to really put yourself in a position to be vulnerable. And that is okay. Like, that takes time. Now, time doesn't heal all wounds. It's like time and elbow grease and effort. Those are the things that are going to heal whatever this is for you. But I feel like there's some sort of pilgrimage that Spirit is trying to guide you toward. This can be like a girls' weekend. This could be like you're going on a trip by yourself, a silent meditation retreat, a yoga retreat, something like that. That can be your pilgrimage, where it's like you're being tested to see if you're going to make an effort for you and for what it is you want to do, instead of like if you've lived a life where you've always made an effort for someone else and then you've never really even thought about making an effort for yourself. That's kind of the test here at this time. And Spirit is trying to guide you out of your comfort zone, because you have this in this card that came out. And I think I pulled this for Taurus. So you might want to check out Taurus as a reading if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart. But I do feel like it's a test of your will. It's a test of your healing. It's a test of your like practice of self-love and trying to figure out what love means to you. Now, it is the Lover's card is a Gemini card, and I feel like there's a lot of tests surrounding you, but it's like to help you see what it is you really want to put up with and what you won't. Now you also have the I am protected card. So if you've been worried about like some psycho stalker ex, just make, obviously you use discernment and be self-aware of your surroundings and things like that. But I do feel like, you have to listen to those gut instincts and your intuition. If you feel like you're being watched or you feel like you're being followed or something like that, take the proper precautions. So, because sometimes people get a little crazy when you leave them. Now, you also have tolerance. It says you appreciate others' points of view because you sense the love in everyone. Is there love in everyone? I hope so. Sometimes I'm not sure about that card, but maybe there is. I think it depends on the person. Sometimes I think people lose themselves in an expectation of what society has in mind, and they have no sense of self. They have no identity, and they just really cling to the societal expectation of what it is to be a man or a woman, or to keep up with the Joneses or Kardashians or whatever you want to call it, and they like get lost in that portraying someone else, and that's a mask or a cloak that they're wearing basically. And I think when people do that, their intention, their the love gets lost basically, because they're not coming from a place of love, they're coming from a place of fear. So make sure whatever it is that you're intending to do, Gemini, is coming from a place of love and self-love and self-care. That needs to always come first so you can give out more to the world. Now, when it comes to your intuition, you have the Act card. It says stop playing it safe. If you were to do the thing you've always wanted to do, but you've been too afraid to do, what does your gut instinct tell you? And do you have too much to lose by following a hunch? And the pilgrimage might just be like crossing something off your bucket list that you've been holding on to for a long time. Now, I don't know if I said this, but in your outcome, you had the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Cups in your outcome is an offer of love, typically, but the Six of Pentacles here is like a balance of the scales of karma. And I do feel like this is going to be a test for you if there is an opportunity for love coming in, and you have to really be able to discern if it's limerence or if it's love. Now, limerence looks a lot like love if you've not done the proper healing, but with love, there should be reciprocity and respect and a lot of other great things. But I do feel like karma is tied to whatever is happening here with this opportunity of love or an offer of love. This could be somebody from the past coming back and wanting you back, which is probably their own karma. Now you have 44 coupling. It says coupling means meeting, and the powerful woman represents someone or something with a profound and mysterious power to attract you, re-energize you, and change everything. Do not try to control this energy because you can't, and you must continue out as before. Resist the change entirely, or allow your life to be transformed by the encounter. Now it says the woman is powerful. Do not take this woman. Now to me, this just means like you have to be the black cat in a relationship. There's a lovely TikToker who uses this analogy, and I'm just borrowing it, but the black cat is usually the one who is the power player in the relationship, because if you're a golden retriever and you're always like, at the ready, drooling, waiting for a person, chances are you're just like a pushover or a doormat. So typically you want to be the black cat in a relationship, because it's like they need you more than you need them, which is kind of a weird dynamic, but it's not, because that's usually how relationships are sustained, when the woman or the divine feminine is the black cat and the divine masculine is the golden retriever, because it's like the protector, the bodyguard, and the woman is like this divine goddess energy that's, can't be tamed. Now you also have the Here and Now card. This is the last oracle card I have for you, Gemini, but it's number 32. So that might be a significant age or number for you. But being in the here and now is just about being in the present moment, not looking too forward in the future, and not looking too much so back into the past. You kind of have to glance at the rear view, and you kind of have to glance at the front. There's a fine balance there, but I do feel like you're moving forward and you're healing and you're learning, and there's a lot of good things that are happening for you, Gemini. A lot of stuff happening with this moon in Taurus too. So make sure you check that out in your chart, wherever that falls for you. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Please smash this video or smash the like button on this video if it helped, if it resonated. If you're interested in a one-on-one coaching session, please feel free to reach out. If you're interested in a personalized tarot reading, please feel free to book on my website as well. And if you want to enter to win a free reading from me, I will be doing a drawing at the end of the month. So just leave a comment in the comment section and I will do a draw on December 1st and let you know who won. Thanks for watching.